Hello and welcome, I'm Peasant, and today I'm going to be taking on England 3, but with the Blitz scenario with Serpent. So it's going to be notably harder apparently. So we'll see how we'll see how we deal with that. So the Blitz is an interesting scenario. I've barely played this. I think I played it once with my physical copy of the game. It's interesting though. All powers become fast. Powers that are already fast cost one less energy, or grant you energy if they cost zero. There's an extra explorer placed in each explore on each board, and then the blight is rejigged a little bit. So you start with additional blight on the board on your blight card, and you get one less when it flips. So interesting. I feel like I should be able to just make vast amounts of power because I've got all these zero cost cards to play. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, I just realised that it's actually changed the numbers here. Yes, it's got that yellow in. Yeah, okay. Okay, alright. So we've got this first wetland explore. There is going to be a subsequent build and then another explore before I get a turn. So I've got to choose where to put my explorer. This is kind of worrying. It means that I'm going to be looking down the barrel of a pretty big Ravage turn 1. Because this is going to be a 4 Ravage. This is also going to be a... so let's... If I put it in there, then possibly... I'll be able to defend with Aegis. No, I won't. Who am I kidding? This is 6 damage Ravage, so my Aegis is not going to help me here. Not going to help me at all. I'm going to put this on the coast rather than in with me. Get away from me. So let's see how this is. All right. So we've got this Ravage. It's not going to blight the island, remember, because we've got an extra blight on our card thanks to the scenario. Yeah, this is yeah, it's a little bit tricky. We've got 6 damage. So Aegis is just a bit sad about that. So we need to really focus on growing and YOLOing, I suppose, already. So I think that's probably going to involve something like just playing lots of cards and hoping for the best, which is always a good strategy. We're only going to have one action turn one, so I think we are going to have to go with something like Gift of Flowing Power, Gift of Primordial Deeps into something and hope we get just something that helps with this, maybe a minor power that can push this out of the way. Though, if we do go Gift of Flame Power, Gift of Deeps, and we don't gain a useful minor power, we can at least salvage this area here by pushing this Explorer out. Crikey. Okay, so we're going to be placing a presence, and I suppose we also just gain a power card now. I think we want the energy because I think we're going to want to be switching into mages really quickly. Maybe we don't need the energy. So this is I've not tried this scenario before, so I might be a bit clueless with it. I mean, do we just sack Aegis now? Just like, I'm sorry, Aegis, you're not going to cut the mustard. I mean, Aegis will be good in here, so I need to place this presence somewhere adjacent to here so that if I reclaim, I can actually move my presence in here and Aegis in these two areas. But Aegis isn't going to do jack diddly without Essence, so maybe my next turn is going to be Essence Aegis to defend in there. Alright, okay, so we're going to be swimming in energy. But I think we actually do need all of our cards. So I'm going to go with gaining a minor here. Gaining a minor power. Let's see if we get something useful. So you see here, -1. Oh, for some reason Steam piped up there. So these are actually going to give me energy when I play them, which is pretty interesting. Crikey. Feels like everything's changed. Everything's different. Imagine being able to play Elemental Boon for nothing. I mean, that feels pretty enticing because if we can be doing getting these things, which are most often feel like a red herring distraction, but actually maybe with Elemental Boon they're not a distraction. I mean, could I even? Crikey, could I even? Yeah, I need to get up to 2 players before I can really get the shenanigans out. The shenanigans. I mean, Boon is just an incredibly powerful card. Drift and Slumber isn't going to do anything for us just yet. It does have the greenery on it, though. It does have Mountain and Green, so it's quite tempting towards getting this. Because the trouble we have is that we are slow. I think I'm going to go with Boon, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go with Boon. Because I think we need to rely on massive Wombo powers I think that's the way of getting it. So I'm going to put this presence in here, thinking about potentially defending in these jungles. I probably am going to be moving this presence away from there sometime soon. I can't place in with this. I would place in this with this blight if I was allowed, but I'm not allowed to. So I think I'm going to go with Gift of Flowing Power into Gift of Primordial Deeps, into possibly something that I gain with Deeps. We'll see. Okay, so Primordial Power, we're going to play a power card. It's going to be Gift of Primordial Deeps. So we've got a little bit of Serpent Anger as well. So I'm going to then do this, and I could possibly play this immediately. See what we've got. So Defend card's not going to have much immediate value. Don't think any of these have immediate value. This does have greenery on it, but the nice thing is we don't have to play it this turn. We could just go with getting the Moon Mountain, which means that we can use our Serpent Rouse's ability and push this town out, which will be a reprieve, but maybe an unnecessary one if we're going to be Aegising in here next turn. If this could help with the blight that's going to go down here, I'd be way more tempted, but it's not, so I'm not tempted. Okay, I'm going to go with Dark and Tangled Woods here, I think. Because it has the Moon Mountain and it has the green that might allow rapid acceleration. Yeah, if I could drag these 2 explorers out from this coastal desert, I'd be quite mildly tempted by that. But it doesn't do that, so I'm not gonna try and do stuff with cards that, don't do what I want them to do. So the double blight turn 1, that does feel a little bit hectic. And then there's the extra explorer. Okay. So let's put it in here. Because there are Dahan in there, I'd rather odd numbers of damage, because that means that a Dahan will survive that otherwise might not. Sure, that means a lot. So we actually want to be reclaiming to move this presence in here to get this Aegis. It's pretty grim, isn't it? It's pretty grim. But luckily, we are going to have a good chunk of energy. So I definitely want the second action. I suppose this is good for possible upcoming coastal lands. And also it might be in harm's way. Oh, that's something else. I could have been clever and maybe placed the presence in one of these lands so that it gets destroyed. That might have been more clever than what I've done. So I'm going to reclaim so that I can move that to there. Oh, actually, no. We'll move this coastal one into there. And then we've got a Ravage, but it's going to be 4 damage in here. So I need to absorb Essence and Aegis, but I could do it via Gift of Flowing Power. I guess the advantage of that is it means I'd have a little bit more. No, I wouldn't have more energy. I'd have more elements though, and with Absorb Essence, I will gain an element. Is there a way that I can? Yeah, I don't think I can quite get. I'm wondering if I can get these things, and as usual, these often feel like they're just a kind of a side distraction, just like tantalizingly out of reach. Even though I do have Elemental Boon, I mean, I just need another icon from somewhere. I need another mountain from somewhere. So this any might be the key to doing that. So obviously that's the issue with. Oh, I've also just realised that this is a fast power because we're playing Blitz. Well done, peasant. So we're going to absorb some essence, and oh yeah. Well, I'll do this first, and I'll probably absorb this desert essence. Ah, we actually had damage in there as well, crikey. Okay, so we're going to absorb the essence, I think, from... Actually, no. Yeah, we have to absorb the essence before we Aegis, so yeah, that's the key. So one of these two, I suppose it's going to be this one here. And we do gain something. So if I gain a greenery here, I'd gain an energy. If I gain... There's no point doing this because I've already done it. And I don't think it's going to matter. I think green is the best thing I can gain. This is partly what makes my head spin slightly with this spirit, is the extra icons you have floating around. Okay, each player may push an explorer into a land with more buildings than the land it came from. Alright, we can just... well, we're against England. We can't prevent Jack Diddley, unfortunately. They they will be doing England things. This one's going to get destroyed on the counter-attack if I Aegis in here. So I think I'll maybe push this one somewhere. Can't really prevent builds because that's just not how it works. Stick them in there. Okay, high immigration. Okay. So yeah, I've got 8 energy now, so I probably want to be switching into mages ASAP. And we've got coastal nonsense, so I think it's better to place, if against England, to put their big land on the coast. Wow, they're already up to 4 buildings there. That's kind of horrifying. And we've got jungle again. Dagnammit. All right, if we could get some Dahan in here, we'd have a nice counterattack. I'm going to put the extra one in here because there's no blight in there. Somehow we still have a healthy island, which actually with Serpent you don't necessarily want a healthy island because it helps with you having too much presence on the board. Okay, so we have the Ravage here and here, and the Reclaim isn't as sad with Serpent because at least you can still place presence, and I've got so much energy, but I really wanted to gain a major this turn. I really, really wanted to gain a major. Oh, I can actually just use Dark and Tangled Woods and let one of them go. Ah, it's a shame about this extra explorer there. Let me just quickly undo that. Let's just quickly undo that. No one's going to notice. So I'm actually going to put that extra explorer in here. See, no one noticed. So I think I'm going to go Dark and Tangles and gain a major. I've got all this energy just sitting there. I've even got Elemental Boon to go with it. So if I get lucky, then, you know, then we'll finally be cooking with gas. So what do we get? Jungle Hungers, huh? That's a pretty nice card for us. Fast phase Jungle Hungers as well. Sensual. Very sensual. I think that's likely to... I mean, it's got the greenery on too, which possibly enables this acceleration. This has mountain and green on it, which is also pretty nice. Okay. And it's actually got a pretty... we can fulfill that with Elemental Boon. And that will mean if we boon for the Sunshine Mountain Green, then we will be a mountain short and 2 water. Okay, yeah, so we're not able to do this just yet, as usual. But something that is interesting is that we can Jungle Hungers kind of in the fast phase. We don't even need the threshold on it as well, which is very freeing. Very freeing. But this is going to remove Blight too. And we've got tons of energy. For water, if we start thinking about collecting water, we could be very rapidly gaining this. And it will help with this situation we have here. Oh, we need a presence in wetland, but that's not too bad because this is the priority against England. We need to clear these lands. And we can't place a presence in there directly, unfortunately. So if we were going to go Cleansing Floods, we'd have to reclaim cards, move a presence, and then start slapping stuff. And if we've got the presence in this land here, we'd actually be able to hit all the key areas. The key areas. Jungle Hungers is perfect in here. Yeah, I think this is really tempting to go Cleansing Floods, but I think Jungle Hungers is slightly better because it helps us right now. But this is everything. This is the complete solution. I mean, We could even get the threshold on it this turn. We could even do that. Except it's not going to be easy to play it without reclaiming, and that will slow down our progress. I am going to go Jungle Hungers here and then just intensely regret not picking up Cleansing Floods. I'm going to get rid of Gift of Flowing Power because it's complicated. Not really. Not really. So yeah, we want to keep on placing presents, and I think now, especially now that we've rejected the Way of Water, we will be going for this any in this Reclaim 1. And especially now I've got this. Oh, look at that. Right, so this is a presence anywhere but with Blight. We've already got the Sacred Site for Aegis. So I suppose we pretty much can just place wherever we like. Placing in here has a use because it means we can bully the town they build. We can't place them with the Blight there. So I think I'm going to put there. I'm going to put there. We can Jungle Hungers and we can do this. Yeah, and we don't even need the threshold, so I'm not going to freak out that we don't have the threshold. And we're going to have a little bit of anger rousing, not very much. Okay, so Dark and Tanglewoods in there. And then Jungle Hungers in here. Okay, and we've got this rousing anger that doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, we just don't have a slow phase. This is the thing I need to remember. We can't prevent the builds against England. It's just not how it works. But I suppose we could imagine that one day we'll prevent builds. I mean, now that we've got Jungle Hungers, we've got quite a lot of potential to really start wrecking face here. But with this is we need to deal with this. I need to deal with it. I need to deal with it. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. Except when I start live streaming this. I do sometimes stream this anyway on Twitch, but it's a tricky game to actually live stream, in my experience. All right. So we have Build Ravage in here. This is tricky because there are going to be ravages in here even if we clear the land. So I think what I want to do here is actually Aegis. So there's going to be they're going to build a city and then they're going to ravage in both of these. So I basically need Defend 4, which is basically if I absorb Essence once and Aegis, then I can do that. It still feels a bit slow, but as long as I'm placing presence, it's kind of okay. Don't feel like I can make this turn work unless I really just embrace RNGesus and just go with a major and hope that it solves these problems. I want to keep the island healthy though, I think, because yeah, I think I'm reclaiming and adding presence here. So he's going to go with a slightly dry approach. So we need to have a presence in here. So I'd love to move into this jungle, but I can't just yet. I'm going to move into this wetland, I think. Because then possibly I might be able to destroy a town just to keep that a little bit under control. And we're going to add a presence somewhere. Oh, I can just add a presence in that jungle. And I'm going to add it into this jungle. It might get destroyed. No, it won't. No, if I actually do what I say I'm going to do. And I intend to do what I say I'm going to do. So we need to absorb Essence and we need to Aegis. And that should mean we have Defend 4 in both of these lands, which should be enough. We've also got an extra element. We've got... Ooh, if I gain another mountain, we can destroy a city. That's reasonable. I'm going to do it up front. I don't actually have to do it just now, but I'll do it up front. I suppose it's... we're playing with Blitz. It's all happening at the same time. Okay, so we're going to absorb Essence and... Actually, I will take this one off. Oh no, I won't. I want to destroy one of those cities. So I'll take one of these jungle ones off. I think this one is more important than this one right now, so I'll take this one out. And we will gain that. Oh, we gain another element? Oh, that's interesting. So I could have actually done this, I think, if I'd gained the element from Absorb Essence and used this any more wisely, I could have actually gone double green. Let's quickly undo that. Quick. I would love a button that just undoes as far back as is allowed. That'd be nice. So we're going to go any. We're going to go Absorb Essence, and we're going to go Aegis. We've got one any anyway. Oh, we don't have the third mountain. Okay, never mind. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah, we need that third mountain, so... and I only have that third mountain. I only have that third mountain because of... Never mind. Because of playing this third mountain like this. Alright, so we're going to Aegis in here for that defend 4 that we need. And then going to do this to disrupt plans to build London. Take that. Plans to build London. How do you like them apples? You can push a town out of here. I suppose there's some value to that, but not that much, because if we are going to be using Jungle Hungers, then... Yeah, let's push it in there. Because if you are going to be using Jungle Hungers, it doesn't matter how many towns are in the land, apart from England might just win from having too many. So we'll counterattack the city. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So sand, and yeah, this now is the candidate. This is the England candidate. So it's if we'd had a nice opportunity to just go in there and smash this, that would have been good. But we've not actually been offered it. What I'm talking about is because this hasn't come up as a build or ravage, it's not felt like a priority to hit with Jungle Hungers. But I think I'm going to have to this turn because there's a very high odds that that's going to flip it over to 6. And yeah, let's just see what have we got. We've got a little ravage here and a pretty big one here. So 10 damage ravage. That's way more than I can do anything about. But we do have tons of energy. So this is not an Aegis turn. We can defend in here with the dark and tangled woods. Ooh, we can even get reclaim 1. We can even get our reclaim 1. So I think I'm gaining a major here. What would I actually forget though? Maybe. But getting Absorb Essence always feels a little bit, I don't know, a little bit risky. But I think we need to gain a major here. We've certainly got the energy to do so. So actually, we could Jungle Hungers in here if we get the threshold, which we can pretty easily just with these two. So we've actually got a really good turn this turn, even if we don't gain a major. So maybe I gain a minor here. Gain a minor power. I mean, we're nearly at the point where we're going to get that third earth, and this is going to become more likely. I think this is such a good turn that we don't risk it. Risk what? We're even going to have fairly good elements. We're going to have... Yeah, we're just still not going to get anything that remarkable in there. So let's. So we're gonna. I think I'm gonna gain a minor power here because I'm very happy with my cards. I mean, maybe Gift of Primordial Deeps has been around too long. Gift of Power. Oh baby, this is interesting. This has the elements you need for Serpent Wakes and Power. Has the perfect elements. So we could. You could be really greedy. Oh wait, I didn't even consider the other ones. Let's just have another little look at that. Yeah, for good reason. So, with Gift of Power in hand, I could actually do this and just have an acceleration turn, but I think I do need to do something about all this. But this is going to be pretty good. What's the turn after that like? Sand. Can we actually do much about that this turn? Not really. Okay, well, we've got our reclaim 1 here, so we can stop. Yeah, we can get the useful stuff here. So, where should I put this presence? If I, we're not very mountainy. I'm thinking, can I do some real damage in here? not especially. I think I'm going to put my extra presence in here. In there. Okay, and we do get to reclaim something. I guess we get our absorb essence back. So we're going to go Jungle Hungers and Dark and Tangled Woods. We've still only got 2 plays because there's no justice. But we can destroy everything in there, which is pretty nice. We have to watch out though. Oh, I've just realised this is a much better place to put that put that presence. Much better place. So I'm going to put it there. Okay, yeah, let's put it in there. Now this is thinking about the future. Shit, it's going to be Aegis. Thinking about the possibly wrecking here in the fast phase, because this escalation effect would put this up to 6 buildings, which is yeah, oh, which is too many. I mean, part of me is tempted to just let the Island Blight and deal with this problem here, because how many fear cards have we got? Wow, lots of fear cards. Damn it, England. Damn it, England. Because the thing is, I can always do this next turn, and if I just reclaim this, Gift of Power actually gives me the perfect elements to get the threshold. Yeah, it does feel a bit risky to do this way, but I am going to do it this way. So we can Jungle Hungers in here to clear that land, which is pretty good. And we can... not got much Serpent Rousing and Anger going on. Yes, but remember to defend in the correct land. Peasant. If I do a damage to that town, then the counterattack we will destroy. Each spirit gains 1 energy per sacred site they have in lands with sacred sites. I don't have sacred sites. No way. Okay, sand builds, wetland explore. Oh, this is, yeah, right. So at least now we have the full excuse to wreck this land, like we needed it. So I'm gonna put the explorer in there. So yeah, so now the absolute priority is destroying this land over anything else. Island can blight, whatever, because 7 buildings, that's curtains. Those are the curtains. And we're getting close to suddenly becoming redonkulous. So these are a side concern, but can we do anything about them? We actually don't need the threshold on Jungle Hungers to kind of deal with this from the point of view of preventing the loss, but I think destroying the extra city is pretty nice. I think this would be a good turn to gain a major though, and to skip this reclaim if we can, and we can. So I think I'm going to gain a major. We could forget Gift of Primordial Deeps or something like that. Though this is going to be really nice if we end up with tons and tons of powers. Holy crikey. It's the Wombo combo. The Destroyer of Worlds. Well, I mean, I think we have to go with Power Storm. It's kind of disgusting. It's kind of disgusting. Because it is. I mean, that's just what it is. Horrifying card. I mean, don't really have much air going on, but we've got an any. I think this is the one to go with. The other stuff, if one of them had, I mean, we've already got a moon. Wait a second. If we wanted something else that had kind of green on, then we could do this as well. And this is in the fast phase too. It's kind of interesting. There's a bit more blight on the board than I'd like to be using poison land. So I think Power Storm is the thing. And what I might even do is Power Storm unfortunately doesn't have greenery on it, which is disappointing. I think it's time. Is it Aegis? Is it time to get rid of Aegis? It does defend. It just defends in here. That just takes care of that problem. But I think I prefer, and unless we get the threshold on our Jungle Hungers, we don't actually destroy the city, so we're not saving this area here, or here if we double. So I think what we do here, I think we get rid of Do we get rid of Elemental Aegis? Are we about to switch into full-blown offense? We are kind of. That's the build. Yeah, so Aegis isn't going to help us in this either, so I think it's time for Aegis to go. And we've got another presence to place, so we have to place the water one. So where should I put it? We've got 4 presents on the map. We can have up to 8. It's tempting to actually just sacrifice a presence by just shoving it in. But actually the island is about to blight, so we don't care too much about doing that. So I think what I'm going to do is place this presence in here, just so that if I... Oh no, I can't place it in there. I'm going to place this in here so I've got a sacred site on the map. And we're going to go with Jungle Hungers. And we're going to go with this. So we need the extra green. I mean, is there any advantage to maybe using Boon instead? So we've got the Threshold on Jungle Hungers. We can do it in the fast phase. Just need 2 more. Oh yeah, we need 2 more mountains. Power Storm is interesting because we could. I mean, we have to deal with this, but with Power Storm, we could, in theory, we could Power Storm the Elemental Boon to gain lots of elements. And I think, yeah, well, I think that's a side mission for now. I think we need to do this, and the island's going to get a bit messy this turn. So avert your eyes if you can't handle a messy island. So we are about to be. We're going to wreck some face as well. We have a damage somewhere. A Gift of Power. Let's see what we get. Okay. Call of the Dahan Ways, huh? So I think trying to get the elements that we need for Power Storm is pretty high priority. Purple, I mean, well, it's not high priority, but it would be fun. So purple, yellow, fire. This has... So... Oh, okay. So do we have any sunshine cards? We just don't really have any sunshine cards. So the purple is more important. We're not really using Reaching Grasp or anything. Lure of the Unknown's unlikely to be that useful either. It does have Moon Green on it, which is good for our Jungle Hungers. That saves us having to think about, that makes it a lot easier to trigger that threshold. Power Storm. I mean, we do have boons kicking around, but obviously if we can get the threshold before we use Power Storm, then we can use it on 2 more power cards, which is kind of wild. I mean, purple is the real limiter there. Because do we have any fire kicking around? We've got a little bit of fire kicking around. And the other thing with Essence is it does give you this extra element. So maybe we're not so worried about the fire, because we only need 2. I think it is Reaching Grasp, even though it does nothing for us really. Or does it? I mean, actually it means Jungle Hungers could work if it gets hectic. So I think we're going to be prioritising getting to this 4th action, because we have all the energy we need right now. I don't think... I mean, this also works in the fast phase, but it's just not that kind of game where this is going to make that much difference. It's just not that kind of game. But yeah, it's going to be pretty blighted. We're all in here. Okay, each player removes an explorer or a town from a coastal land. Well, let's dream that this land will defend itself. I mean, there's another fear card. Each player removes 2 explorers or a town from a land with Dahan. Okay. And the island is blighted. Downward spiral. So there's 1 less blight on the blight card because we started with 1 more. Well, because we're in this Blitz scenario. Okay, then we're adding another town somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the principal. Because if a town is built here and I do nothing about it, then this Dahan will at least kill the town and the ravage. But we have these ravages here, and we kind of need to do something about them. We're not quite up to our 4th action. That would be pretty impressive. Make a huge difference. So, these are huge amounts of damage here. So we are leaning pretty heavily on our jungle hungers. I think we want to reclaim that with our free reclaim. We could always use boon with it to get the threshold and just clear out one of these. Well, not clear out exactly, but nearly clear out. We're still gonna. Oh, but that's not actually going to prevent the blight placement. We might just be running a little bit slow here. I think we do need a defensive major. We do. We just do. In just in one of these lands, we don't have to worry too much about England being built yet. Now that we've cleared this land of all its towns, so I think I have to gain a major here. I think that's what I have to do. Yeah, I mean having elemental boon sat there is it's a pretty nice position to be in when it comes to gaining your majors. Talons of Lightning. Interesting. So we've got tons of energy. And we've even got a card that will help us get the threshold, but that's not an immediate concern. Because, we need to survive till then. Intermittent Claim does just help us accelerate. 2, 3, 5. We've got 5 presence on the map. We can have 8, so that's that's a good way. We could even defend in one of them and let this presence go, just to keep our levels good. Winds of Rust and Atrophy. So this is a 6-8. Actually, this will defend in there because it does downgrade stuff, and it's very handy against England because you can actually use it if you target a town to kind of take down the number of buildings in a space. So purple water. We can even get the threshold on this. Oh, claim is so tempting though, because it will get us towards becoming absolutely beastly quicker. Much more quickly even. Winds of Rust will not be enough to defend in here though, so if we did take this and get the threshold, we'd only be able to defend in here. So that's kind of the same result as going claim, except that with claim we'd actually be accelerating and potentially gaining fear. I think Indomitable Claim is the one. Yeah, I think so. The Talons was pretty tempting. Let's go with claim. And let's get rid of something that's been sitting in our discard pile. See, these are all suddenly going to become amazing as well. So, Gift of the Flowing Depths. Maybe it's your time to go. Feel sad about that. I wanted to be doing that at the end game, but these are all so perfect that I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, so we gained Indomitable Claim. We're going to use probably in here. We're going to let this blight. Well, not that we have much choice, but this is going to blight. We could even power... Oh, wait a second. We even power storm the claim. That's a really obvious thing that's just looking me in the face. The trouble with that is we can only have 8 presence on the map, but that's fine. We've only got 5, so... Yeah, I mean, that solves this ravage, and then we should be in a position to just absolutely wreck everyone, everywhere, ever, next turn. So we need to place a presence. Wow, we're going to be able to get up to 5 plays. Jesus. Okay, so where do we want our presence? This has to go in without blight. It's going to blight all over the place. Let's it'd be nice to have a sacred site over here. Oh, I suppose I'm about to make a sacred site here, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Let's put that in there. And we get a reclaim. We don't really care, but we're going to get a reclaim anyway. So I think probably Jungle Hungers is the one to reclaim here. So we might even be reclaiming all this turn to get our Power Storm back. I mean, next turn, sorry. We've still only got the two actions. I think I'm going to go with a third mountain because we'll then prevent whatever happens in here. So it might be preventing explores. I mean, there's whenever you get to these age 3 card or level stage 3 cards even. I mean, any land has a 50% chance of being called. So, I mean, I think this is good. Yeah, this is good. This is great. Okay. All right. So we're going to Power Storm ourselves. Then we're going to Indomitable Claim and just checking it's got its threshold. Yeah, so we're going to Indomitable Claim in here, which we're going to go with actions because we've got loads of energy anyway. Then so that's 1, and then in here, God, this is a bit more. redonkulous than I'd imagined. It's not off. It's kind of silliness. Generally feels you feel like you're more likely to encounter it in just in multi-spirit. Oh, I had more damage than I expected. Okay, so downward spiral. So we don't care about losing a little bit of blight here. I'm going to leave this blight over here and get rid of it somewhere that doesn't matter too much. In fact, we like downward spiral. We like it. I'll keep this. I'll keep these sacred sites. And we'll get rid of this one. Each player chooses a different land. In chosen lands, gather up to 2 Dahan. They're 1 damage if Dahan are present. So these ravages here aren't happening. They're just not happening. So suppose we could. Yeah, we just kill this explorer. Not that it matters. We are against England, so they just kind of don't really care about that whole element. So we didn't get lucky. We didn't skip an explorer in these lands, but I think hopefully we should be home and dry. Famous last words. And we're into. We have no slow phase. I've only played most of a game of Blitz. I'm still not used to it. So we've got 5 actions this turn. Almost certainly reclaim place, but we've only got a meager 7 energy. I mean, we don't even really need to do this. I mean, placing the presence will gain us 5 energy. It's even better than doing this. Okay, yeah. So reclaim, place the presence is the call. I think we can do some pretty good stuff with just what we have in hand. And where are we with cards? We are 1 away from Terror 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So what is that? That's 17 fear needed to win a fear victory. Now we've got a lot of ravages that we need to take care of. This one we could let go, but these ones we cannot. We cannot do that. But this one could be solved with a thresholded Jungle Hungers, as can this. Yeah, okay, so we've worked out that placing the presence is actually better for our energy levels than just taking the energy growth option. And I think I'm going to go. We don't actually care too much about Sacred Site. I just realised that I got rid of my presence that's over here, that's in the jungle. We might be reaching Grasping anyway. And I've just realised we haven't absorbed Essence for a while. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are at our presence cap. We are at our presence cap. And we're going to reclaim, because we want all of this good stuff. And now my brain's going to explode. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, my brain. My poor addled brain. Yes, I might deliberately be sacking this presence here. And then we do have to move some stuff. Need to remember to not move out of this jungle. I've made these kinds of mistakes before. Let's move that into there. Damn, that's too much. Alright, so... Oh, we've got loads of energy. What are you talking about, peasants? So, we want to be power storming. So, we want to be... I mean, we might be able to just go for our Serpent Rouse and Anger here. We've not lost much presence. In every land in the game, X damage, where X is the number of your presence you have in and adjacent to that land. I mean, maybe that's what we go for. Our powers aren't very moony fiery, but if we are repeatedly elemental booning, then we might be onto something. So for the Power Storm, we need 2 more purples. So the Grasp gives us a purple. Then we need 1 more purple. And then we've got the Power Storm. And that's before we've even used Elemental Boon. So we won't even need Elemental Boon. Placing... I mean, this is, at this point, it's kind of irrelevant. It's kind of irrelevant. And we've got 3 more actions. So I'm not going to pip this just yet, just in case it's not the right thing to do. So I think we're going to want to... We need to actually do some damage here. So I think I am going to let this land go. Probably. So I think repeating Jungle Hungers is key. And it is fast, of course, because we're blitzing. We do need greenery for that. So that's another... So the boon is... Also got Dark and Tangled, so we could defend in here, but I kind of don't want to. Because we're at our... Unless we go with Absorb Essence. So we could even double Absorb Essence. Oh, crikey. Crikey! Alright, so the trouble with... So there's actually another any just here. So if we do Waken Power and place another presence, then we will have yet more thresholds. Oh, cripes. Cripes! Gift of Power, does that just give us... That means we can place another presence. And the Power Storm needs one more air. So if we're going to do this, we would basically be able to jungle Hungers twice. But we need to just defend in 3 lands. So this we need to be sensible about this. So we definitely Power Storming, and we might even not want to trigger the threshold. It feels like I probably do want to trigger the threshold though. This here is a 5, 7, 10, so double Tangled Woods isn't enough. I mean, if we can... Yeah, I think we can Absorb Essence to gain the purple we need. The air even. So, yeah, my brain. So we're short an air that we need for that, and we are short 2 greenery that we need for the jungle hungers. So we're basically short 3 elements. Now, if we Indomitable Claim, we'll gain 1 element. If we Absorb Essence, we'll gain an element, and if we use this one here off our track, then we'll gain the 3rd element that we need. And what this is going to allow us to do is to do everything, basically. Everything we've ever dreamed of. But I need to do it in the right order, and I need to not mess it up. I think this is our best play. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to do this just yet because we need the threshold. So I need to work out what I'm destroying and what I'm kind of defending. I think these are all much of a muchness, really. It turns out, I suppose this land down here is slightly less populated, so probably Indomitable Claiming in here, and then Jungle Hungering in here and here. So, oh, okay, and there's the first bit of ordering I've got wrong. So I need to Absorb Essence first. So I need to Absorb Essence first, and maybe I could absorb this essence. I've actually got Rousing and Power just sitting there that I'd kind of not really considered. We're actually not... Sorry, Rousing and Anger. Yeah, because our powers aren't very conducive to it. Not very fiery. That's not so likely in this one. We don't need this many Sacred Sites. Let's just get rid of... go to this one. In case I do Rouse and Panga. Panga? Anger. Okay, so then we've got... So we've gained the purple. So now we can Indomitable Claim. We've decided to go in here, and we can get the any. We now have 2 Ennies. So that should be our greenery for our Jungle Hungers. Okay, oh yeah, I'm not reaching grass on myself. That matters especially. Oh, we've actually got this as well. Okay. Because we've gained the greenery. Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage this turn. I don't think I'm exactly going to be winning, so I am going to look at this power first. And what's 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4? I can count. I've been known to count very high numbers. Ooh, a boat's going by pretty quick. The boat will rock around a fair amount just now. Okay. So yeah, let's Waken Power and see what we're getting next time. And maybe we might think about Rousing in Anger, so we might want to just have a presence somewhere like here, maybe. Okay, so okay, so I mean, Wow, is this Mist of Oblivion's time to shine? No, no, it's not. We're not doing that. Can we actually make the fire dream happen? I don't think we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we double it. I mean, we possibly could. I mean, yeah, I don't think it matters. Actually, no. I will take the fire just in case. Just in case I get to. I feel like this is just done now. Right. So the power storm on ourselves, and then we can jungle hungers in here and here to clear both of those. Yeah. Okay. And we can repeat some stuff. So, can almost win now, but not quite. I don't think. Oh, if we repeat Indomitable Claim, we can win just now. I feel like that's what I have to do. You know, I'm bound by duty to win as soon as I can. You know, you've got to think of the little island. And we can rouse an anger in here. Destroy the city. And there you go. That was interesting. Did Blitz with Serpent. So apparently notably harder. It didn't feel notably harder, actually. It just felt a bit, you know. But I'm kind of used to the island being blighted very early on. So actually it wasn't blighted as early as I expected, despite these 2 blight coming down so early. Anyway, so much for that. Thanks for watching. I'm Peasant. Like the video if you like it. All right. Cheers.